What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans are action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Amatrius. His partners today in the green color, playing as Thor. His name is Nasopharnyx, and their other ally in the purple color, playing as Ra, is SMP4, also known as HBF, Hairy Bumfuzzle on the Twitch. Their opponents today in the blue color, playing as Uranus, is Rag Abuse. Not sure what other names he goes by. I think he is someone, but I don't know who he is. Someone Smurf, I think. Or maybe someone in the chat can say who he is. And we've got in the teal color playing as Thor, it's Chemo. And in the yellow color playing as Loki, his name is Mechanics. Now, Mechanics is also known as Blood. Very, very strong Loki player. This is a community team game. So we'll see how these guys go. The teams, unfortunately, I think they went random here, and I think it's maybe a little bit of a challenging one. Very, very high-level players over here. Mechanics, one of the best team game players currently playing. Chemo, one of the best 1v1 players currently playing. And Rag Abuse is playing Uranus, so that's an immediately a 200 real rating plus in your skill, as we all know. And we do have Nasopharnyx. He has a Thor main, so that does give him a little bit of an edge. And we have a Ra here. Ra does not work so well on the water maps, on the Midgards, but I mean, of all of the water maps that you can get, Anatolia Midgard, much better than Mediterranean. You can play very defensive, sit underneath your docks, and have the Thor player chill there as well, so you defend against anything. And it might be okay. Over here with Poseidon for Matris going his main god does give him an extra edge in this, so he's definitely going to be attempting to win this one. But Loki on Midgard in team games can be an absolute terror. Luckily for the Matrius, Nasopharnyx, and an SNP4 team, unless I've got the teams wrong, is it this or is it this? I think I've got the teams wrong. I've got the teams wrong. Yes, I do. Okay, so Mechanics, Matrius, and Nasopharnyx against Rusty, SMP4, Rag Abuse, and Chemo. A much more interesting team game. Let's just ignore that that's what happened here. I think chat's being a little bit distracted at the moment. So it's going to just go ahead and just have a chill for a little bit. Okay, so Mechanics here. Loki on the left side of the map against a Thor. If they scout this out and go for a Heimdall Ares play here with Matrius and Mechanics going all in on this, and then you can also have the Thor player to boot run up there with raiding cavalry, or even just hold on against the potential double that's happening on the water or anything like that. You could get a very fast win here. The gold mine is in the back. Chemo has, I think he saved... no, he didn't save the gold mine. Never mind. But I think that could be strong, but I don't think that's what's going to be happening. The other option, there's a more common option, is Forseti here for the Loki player, and then the Greek player defends the fish up on the top, while the Loki player goes land with the Herser. Even building a dock down the bottom or something for him and swapping the docks around is something that I've seen before. But this is just the community team game, not a lot of coordination going on. We do see Matrius getting a little bit of favor here. Might be wanting to get out the Hippolyta as well as the Theseus. We do have some technologies coming through. So we got Prometheus for Rag Abuse, Hermes and Forseti. Both of the Norse, the Thor players going very late here. Freya for both players going up. Very late advance times, very boomy. Let's check out the fishing ships here. Really not that many for Nasopharnyx, considering how late he's advancing. Would have liked... Well, he's 14. It's probably not as small as you think. Maybe Chemo's got a slightly cleaner build here. Yeah, you can see he's got the 18 fishing ship, much more like it with this sort of late advance going up for 530. So you got to be careful about that. We do see that that SMP4 up here is completely boomed up on the water. And as a response, he's got 16 fishing ship. Probably with this late of an advance, should have 21 or something as well, but not quite enough. I think some people don't quite get that they don't have to put so many villagers on food. You get more villagers on wood earlier, then you get more fishing ships out, get up at faster advance time because your fishing ships actually give you extra food if you get more of them. It's a thing. Anyways, jumping back over here, we've got the stables up for Matreus. Going triple stable here. Looking like just a couple of longboats out for mechanics. Is he building more of them? Yeah, he's just going to be spamming them and then trying to make Hersa as well. Whereas Matreus is just going to go full raiding. We do see him still getting favors, so he may be eventually looking towards getting Spirited Charge. He's got a lot of resources in the bank. Question is, will this be spotted? We do see the Mermilla heroes are out for Ragabuse, also going full land here. And he's already got these 3 Mermillos out. With the Mermilla heroes, it's going to be really, really difficult for Matreus to defend against this without Hoplite. He may actually have to consider throwing down a military academy if he wants to continue here. We do see that Ragabuse gets the System of the Bast. Nice micro there, pulling back. And we see some good focus fire from Matreus. He's going to be getting a lot of Hippocon out right now. One thing that that Greek does have over Atlantean in these water maps is they're going to have a lot more food economy than their Atlantean counterpart, unless the Atlantean player booms a little bit more. It's only 9 fishing ships for Ragabuse, so he hasn't invested any more wood into the fishing ships. Meanwhile, we have Mechanics and Chemo going back and forth. Chemo can just sit underneath his docks here. He does not need to worry about any fighting, but he does have to be careful because Mechanics is on the move. He's got 4 Hersa out, ready to move out. Going to be looking for something to attack. And even now, Ragabuse can hit Chemo. Oh, sorry, not Ragabuse. Matreus can hit Chemo now on multiple different angles here if he wants to. And we will be seeing that that Chemo's teammate is seeing this attack coming, making his way up to defend Chemo. Chemo's got next to no units out. His houses are fairly well positioned, but he's got no longhouses. The Hersa are going to be coming in. We do see the longboats hitting Chemo as well, as and that's enough to distract. But with the Aranos player coming into defense, going to be totally fine. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Rusty or SMP4 moving in, going to be attempting to push through onto these longboats. However, the longboats, they're probably just enough to defend this. Ooh, unfortunate micro there from SMP4 with the extra damage that these longboats do. We've got 7.7. He's actually got copper weapons out as well. That's a huge technological advantage for himself, and he can just sit on the back of this and keep getting all of this food income and thinking about going to the next stage. We see a couple of axemen out for SMP4 with a Wadjet, looking for something to do. Does realize he's probably only going to be running into Hersa at this point. Big engagement in the middle of the map here from Ragabuse. Lots of units falling to Matreus, though, as he is pushing further and further ahead right now. Now Chemo is ready to push out. He's probably got more longboats than Mechanics does at this point. If we check out the population, obviously 115 for Matreus, but Mechanics at 105 and Chemo is at 93 here, it looks like. So big advantage for Mechanics as he's pushing in, and Chemo needs to just sit underneath the docks here. Nice Valkyrie spawn. That's a huge myth unit spawn there. Best one he possibly could hope for, because now the Valkyrie can just move around with the Hersa and help raiding, whereas the Iron Hiala or the Troll would not be that useful at all. Meanwhile, Chemo gets a really nice defensive concave there. It's going to force Mechanics back. Meanwhile, we've got a little bit of a lull down the bottom. Both players chilling here with their archer ships. We've got some Hippocon pushing the Axemen back of SMP4. Meanwhile, the Hippocon see the town center going up for Ragabuse, and he's going to be following these citizens back away, going to attempt to kill them, but there is a mana that they are beelining for. However, the Hippocon very far away from units. Actually, I tell a lie, they're not. These Hippocon should get pushed off this mana by the time the army comes in. In fact, I like that push out there from Ragabuse, but the mana does go down. The villagers will return back over to their settlement. Then they can throw down a mana on that spot and be totally fine against these Hippocon raids. And we see, look at these upgrades from Matreus. Copper Mail, Copper Weapons, Spirited Charge, Dionysus at 10 minutes into the game. 3 villagers on the favor looking to get out the 30 favor he needs. Is it 30 favor? 30 favor he needs for Thracian Horses. Getting a second town center already. Sultan Fora coming through. Heavy cavalry coming through. Huge raid coming in onto Chemo's back dwarves here, and this Pocket Poseidon going absolutely insane. Forest Fire going down into this location to help get these dwarves back over onto the gold mine. However, I don't know if these medium Murmillo will win this fight against these heavy Hippocon, these armory upgraded Hippocon here, but he's moving in, breaking off a lot of Chemo's villagers right now, and he will be leaving this location without taking any or that many losses at all, if any. And do we see that Thracian Horses coming in? He's getting Thracian Horses as well. So Matreus is going to be so difficult to deal with until we see some sort of counter cavalry unit coming out, like a Prodromus or a I don't think it's possible, but a Swine Array Ulsark or like Catapultes coming through, I guess would be a good option for the Aranos here. Nice raid here from Ragabuse, pushing these back. We'll see what Matreus is going to do to counter this. He's going to be sending some units down. He's got the Hydra here. One thing you can do with the Hydra on maps like Midgard where the hunt is left is you can move that Hydra down and hit and kill all of these elk and get extra heads down. And then once you get the 5 heads, you can just move around and raid with them with the Hydra or do whatever you want. We are seeing that Matreus is eyeing off this town center right now as SMP4 has no units out really to defend against. He's got the barracks coming down, but these are just going to be spearmen coming out. And we've talked about it before, but even if they're heavy upgraded spearmen, which they can't be, he's only in the classical age, they still don't beat Thracian Horse heavy Hippocon until they start getting those Horus upgrades. At that point, it starts being very clear, cut and dry that the spearmen do well, but this is going to be a long time coming. We see the shifting sands from SMP4, but the town center will still be going down. SMP4 reacting very, very late to this, not moving those villagers in to repair that town center, and it goes down. Well played by Matreus. Meanwhile, Mechanics still defending in this location. He's throwing up farms now, still pumping out those Hersa a little bit, looking for something to do with them, and he's just having a great old time while these Hippocon are just going to town on Chemo's base here with those Thracian Horses. Just look at that HP. 225 maximum HP right now. We see some Ulsark getting turned here from Chemo because it's the only way he gets out of this situation. Some of these infantry units coming in to defend against it. Lots more of the teal units falling. The town center will get up soon. Chemo hits the roll cage through Skadi though, so he's not out of the game just yet. Rusty's got his town center back up. The Hydra here needs to get targeted down by the Pharaoh, by Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun jumping into the town center here, and the Hydra will fall after a couple more hits from the town center. Lots of villagers fell there though by for SMP4. Nice play from Matreus all over the map right now. Where is he off to now? He's already advancing through Artemis, and this is all from that boom on the fishing, all from the defensive nature that the Mechanics and Nassau Pharnix have done here, have been able to hold on to the water and allow Matreus to just do whatever he wants. The question is, what is Ragabuse doing? Is he going to the Mythic Age? He is going to the Mythic Age, and he's going through Helios. This is a big, big option for Ragabuse. How much favor is in the bank for Ragabuse is the question, and I cannot see because there are too many people. There it is. He's got 90 favor in the bank. And that's going to be huge because that's going to be so many... I've forgotten their names. Blah, 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 blah. Hecagigantes. I remembered it just as I saw it. So many Hecagigantes with a Vortex. There is one ceasefire, but the Vortex will kill off 3 town centers or at least trade for a ceasefire. And that can be huge. That can be absolutely gigantic because there's no way for either the Thor player or Matreus to deal with it unless he gets out early Perseus or something like that. which he may do once he sees the Helios coming. There's another town center up for Kimo right now as he's taking this location, and we see the Hippocon eyeballing these villagers, and Kimo not reacting to it. It finally does as the Hippocon come in. Bunch of wax coming in. Nice path blocking. Lots of villagers falling yet again as Matrius takes the win there and retreats out. Has lost one Hippocon there for that attack, and that's a lot less gold income right now. There's the Helios. Mechanics hits Bragi though, and we see the dragon ships out for Kimo, immediately greeted by the Drakkar as Mechanics realizes all he needs to do is prevent Kimo from taking this water, which he's done so far, and he should be able to just sit back on Matrius and win this game. We still haven't seen Earthquake getting thrown down right yet, and there is the Earthquake coming down into the main base here of the Uranus, but it's lived. It lives on 13 HP. The Hippocon making a beeline for it now, but Fortified Town Centers comes in clutch for Ragabuse. Villagers back onto it, going to be repairing it, but the Hippocon trying to take it down as soon as they can. The villagers repairing it may not be enough, but he's going to get a lot of kills onto these champion Hippocon as it goes down. There's the town center death, and that's good for Ragabuse. He managed to pick off a couple of extra Hippocon there by getting that out. And there's Nasopharnyx hitting the Mythic Age Drew Balder. I don't know if Balder is the right option here. To use it. Just hold on to your Balder here. No sense in attempting to win the game when you're in a good position here. Really nice position. We do see a really good Migdol Stronghold here from SMP4, but Nasopharnyx is just way too far in front right now. The Hippocon coming in. We see a Bronze coming down. Look at this armor here. 48% hack armor with 255 HP. Hectic Gigantes coming out now for Ragabuse as he's starting to spam them, ready to get that Vortex out and start doing the damage. We see a Locust onto these villagers. However, does not get a lucky Locust there. A little bit too close. You want to kind of put it a little bit off of the storehouse so that the villagers immediately run out, because as soon as they hit, that's the only way they can run, and you're going to be able to kill off more of those. Now we see the Hippocon coming back into this location, picking off some citizen, preventing the town center to come up, delaying any sort of vortex coming in as the Hectic Gigantes have to go to town on these Hippocon. But Hectic Gigantes do a lot of damage. They are a decent option against these Hippocon. The Hippocon need to get out some heroes in order to deal with these. There's Mechanics hitting the Mythic Age through Tyr there, casting Fimbul Winter flaming weapons at the same time. However, we've got Kimo going to town on this town center who's already got out Jarls, Ulf Jarls at that, in order to pick off these myth units. He's got those throwing axemen to pick off everything else. And Kimo opting to retreat here as the throwing axemen just deal too much damage, and he's realized that it's not going to be good for him. The Fimbul Wolves all over his economy, slowing him down immensely right now as Mechanics, Matrius, and Nasopharnyx look like they're moving, getting away with this, just pulling away here in the score. Quite a bit here. And not only that, we've got champion infantry coming in, forest fire coming down onto this location. I love that forest fire from Nasopharnyx opening up this town center for Balder Rams, for a Ragnarok push, for anything here. We see the Migdol Stronghold just about to fall as well. Meanwhile, we've got these Drakkar coming through. Look at this 42 hack damage, and they can pick off all of these fishing ship if they want. He's actually leaving the fishing ship alive, just going after docks at this point. Now we've got champion Hatyroi with Thracian horses, spirited charge. There's the Titan Age, there's the Ragnarok. How many resources does Green have? He's got a little bit of wood in the bank, not much else, but with the Titan Gate, it's going to be absolutely huge. Now, the Hatyroi coming in, take down this town center so absolutely crazy fast with all of those upgrades. Look at that. Iron mail, iron weapons. Matrius playing absolutely insane right now. The population of Nasopharnyx as well, 323. Absolutely bonkers. Now, these Hatyroi can either go after the hometown center, which has only masons, or they could go after all of these houses and really slow down SMP4. And Kimo, in that moment, decides to tap out. GG, well played by Matrius, Mechanics, and Nasopharnyx. Really, really nice pressure there from Matrius. The Uranus just not able to keep up at all against that Hippocon strategy. Fully upgraded Hippocon, way too strong. Really nice hold there from Mechanics against the terror that is Chemo, and a nice clean win here from Nasophonics against SMP4's Ra here. GG, well played. Nice job. If you enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.